World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. One more time from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and beautiful PNC Park, where the Braves, with a win tonight, could win this three-game series outright on a beautiful night for Atlanta Braves baseball. Welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. Chip Carey, Brian Jordan, Paul Bird. Great night last night. The veterans, Jake Odorizzi and Kenley Jansen, starred on the mound for Atlanta in a 2-1 win. But, Birdie, it was the rookies who once again sparked the Atlanta offense, and 2 runs was just enough.
Man, I got to tell you, when you get to the big leagues, most of the time it's a learning process and you ease in. How about the young fellas? Oh, my goodness, Spencer Strider. That's a slider. There's another one. He also throws 102. And then Grissom, incredible in his first game. Let's not forget about Money Mikey making it rain dollars. He has been fantastic, BJ. What do you like about this young guy?
How about this? His debut. When he came up, everything changed, guys. Look at the record, 54-23. And you know what? We can talk about his offense all day long, but defense has been the difference. When he came and started his first game in center field, he was Andrew-like, and the pitching staff just got better. Clutch hitting says a lot about a superstar, and he has done it so far this year.
And I've got to steal your line, Brian. He went Oppo Taco last night for the Braves, who won a 2-1 decision over the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was our Synovus Get There feature. Max Fried will get us to the finish line in Game 2, we hope. He starts against the Pirates next.
Is brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet. Only from Xfinity. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
It is a beautiful night in Pittsburgh. We're going to start on time for Game 2 of our 3-game series here at PNC Park. The Braves won their 7th consecutive road game last night, a 2-1 final score. It was the bottom of the order that did most of the damage. Let's see if Ronald Acuna Jr. and the rest of the Braves batsmen on this Toyota starting lineup can spread the wealth around against JT Brubaker. The Braves, with their win and a Mets loss last night, start play, fellas, 3 games out of first place, and they say Brubaker is off to a 3-10 start for the Buccos.
Don't worry about the record. He has good stuff. Sinker, slider, big curve, and a changeup that he did not throw at all in his last outing, which was very, very good against the Red Sox. 7 scoreless, 2 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. So he has been pitching well as of late.
So he's coming off a great start, Brian. With that in mind, what are your 4 keys to get to him and win this series outright tonight?
Well, for me, you're facing Brubaker. He's a sinker slider guy. Pick one of those and drive them the other way. I don't care which one it is, but let's put some hits together. Home run last night, but we need singles tonight. And then for pitching, command that curveball. If he can command that curveball early in the ball game, he could have a dominant performance.
So Ronald Acuna Jr. set to lead off, and we are underway in Pittsburgh, and an inside corner strike is rung up by Brennan Miller. 79 delightful degrees in the Steel City for Game 2 tonight. And quickly, 0-2 for Ronald. Paul mentioned the great start by Brubaker last time out. That sinker was really sinking. The Red Sox were 1 for 14 against that pitch. So keep an eye on that as the evening progresses. That's another sinker fouled away for the Braves leadoff man, Ronald Acuna Jr., who had a couple of hits last night. Hits were tough to come by. Atlanta had 4 of them. The big blow, the opposite field homer from Michael Harris in the 5th inning.
Well, give Contreras a lot of credit last night. He really looked good for the Pirates. I see why they're very high on that kid.
Yeah, Roansy Contreras went 7 innings, allowed just the 2 runs. How about Jake Odorizzi? His first win as a Brave.
Congratulations, Jake. Needed it. Good timing. That's the pitch you want to look for. They had working glove side command on the sinker. You can throw that to the lefties and the righties, kind of like a Maddox comebacker. If that's on, he's very tough.
Good take right there by Acuna. He is starting to really settle in, guys. Taking pitches, not trying to hit home runs all the time. driving the ball to all fields. He's got a good feeling about him. He's about to break out.
.325 batting average in August, 12 walks and 9 ribbies. And there's the pitch that backed up over the outside corner, and Brubaker has his first out.
Just a tough pitch. Too close to take, obviously. But I thought that ball was up in the zone, but hey, hit his spot.
Tough pitch to throw for a righty and a tough pitch to hit as a righty hitter because it looks like it's going to be a ball. And if that movement's late at the last second, it's hard to pull the trigger in advance and swing at something that looks like it's a few inches off the plate.
So one away for Dansby Swanson. Talked about this upstairs with fellas. You don't often see a team win a major league ball game when they're 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitters combined to go 0 for 16.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the Braves last night, which, to your point, Brian, tip your cap to Contreras. He pitched him tough.
And we've seen it all year. I mean, this back end of the Braves lineup, man, they get it done. Take the pressure off the top part of the lineup all year long.
Already Brubaker is down in the strike zone. He's ahead of the Braves shortstop. And Dansby out on a check swing. 2 up, 2 down. And Austin Riley is the hitter. Got to get Austin going. He's cooled off a bit. 5 hits in his last 31 tries. Still the club leader with 31 home runs, 78 RBIs. And 3 for 6 against Brubaker in his career with a couple of home runs. Maybe this is the right guy at the right time for Austin.
I talked to Sice about Austin. Look, you can't stay hot the whole year. And he's really, in the second half, he's really been hot. But he's getting a little quick again, you know, which happens. You know, it's fatigue. This is the dog days of the season. But his rhythm has been off. He has to slow his hands down a little bit. He is just, as you saw, that take right there, that's not him. He's going forward, opening up that front shoulder. But
what does slowing your hands down mean?
Well, his rhythm. The one thing I look at his rhythm, how his bat is waving. When he's going good, that bat is a slow rhythm. And what that does is slows everything down and allows the ball to get there and you burl it up. But he's being a little too quick with that, with his rhythm.
Out in front of that pitch, even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's the hardest thing to do in baseball, to maintain that same rhythm a whole season. I mean, baseball is hard, guys. No doubt about it.
Since you can't see us in the booth, BJ's moving around a little bit. Looks like he's ready to swing.
Another glove side miss for Brubaker. That might help the Braves if you can eliminate one side of the plate. We'll see how it goes the rest of the way here as Riley faces a full count pitch. Matt Olson is on deck. No score, 2 outs. And that's just off the plate. Good take. So Riley is the first Braves base runner. Brubaker walks him. He will walk you. 47 of them now in 121 innings.
That's a great take right there.
It was.
After watching Acuna get rung up on that pitch.
Matt Olson 4th in the league in RBIs with 83 of them. He's on pace for 108 runs batted in. See if he can add 2 more right here. Braves have been excellent all year with 2 outs. And the short porch in right beckoning for Olson.
I said it yesterday when Michael Harris took that first walk. He was figuring it out. Austin right there taking that walk. Watch out, folks. I think he's going to have a good game.
Nice stop by Jason DeLay, who's the Pirates catcher tonight. Our first look at him in this series. Brubaker making his 24th start. He's 3-10 on the year. He was 5-13 last season. The 1-1. So he's missing outside of the right-hand batters, Paul, inside to the lefties.
You talk about a starting pitcher needing to settle in. Baker looked good early right away. Now just missing.
Into the shift. And a roller will retire Matt Olson and the Braves in the top of a scoreless first inning. Max Fried seeking his 12th win of the year. He goes to work next. Who's 11-4 on the year, a sparkling .260 earned run average. He takes on the Pittsburgh Pirates, who have a new addition to their starting lineup tonight. Brian Hayes is back from a bad back. He's hitting third on the Toyota starting lineup. You know about Brian Reynolds and how tough he's been for the Braves to retire. Guys, Max Fried, after a long layoff, looked terrific in his last outing. Let's hope on regular rest he's just as good tonight.
Absolutely. You see the low home run rate allowed. Fantastic. All those numbers across the board. He's really coming into his own as a pitcher, throwing more changeups this year to righties. It was the slider development in the last couple years. He just keeps getting better and better.
He'll face Kevin Newman leading off. Why is Newman hitting first? Well, he's punished left-handed pitching all year. A .364 mark against Southpaws. We'll see how Max handles the former #1 pick of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's hitting .273 overall, 17 runs batted in. And this one popped up, and that should be a can of corn from Matt Olson, who's on the outfield grass, and Newman's retired quickly for out #1.
Look, guys, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know what to expect from Max Fried coming off of that concussion from the Mets. But after a 12-day layoff, I mean, he was just terrific. Had command of all his pitches and just looked like the Maximus of old.
Look at that arsenal right there. Look at all of the pitches, and look how much he used them. His bottom two with the sinker and change at 13%. You as a hitter have to factor those in. So now you can't guess. You can't sit one pitch when somebody has that many pitches and use them that much.
Ryan Reynolds, switch hitting center fielder for Pittsburgh, 1 for 4 last night. The hit a first inning single. He struck out in his other 3 trips to the plate. This guy's a really good player. With his 20 home runs on the year. And a guy the Braves have really struggled to solve. He's a career .380 hitter against the Braves pitching staff.
He's such a durable player. I mean, this guy plays every single day. He just grinds it out in center field. Good defensive player.
Moved his feet and in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. Good pitch.
Paul, I got to ask you this question. You know, when you see guys like Max Fried, they dominate against those big game players. Like, you know, you're playing against the Mets, you're playing against the Astros. But when you play against a team like the Pirates who's struggling, why is that so hard on pitchers?
Well,
Riley at third, got a big hop. Toss across in plenty of time. 2 out.
it's not that you let up, but I think a lot of times it depends on how much you've seen the hitters. When you get a young team that's unproven, you haven't faced a lot of guys at certain times, you don't really know how to pitch them. Whereas maybe the older teams, usually, the older teams with the veterans are better. You have a better scouting report, a better track record. And when you're somebody who can throw the ball in, out, up, down with multiple pitches, you can apply that scouting report better.
Well, the Pirates happy to have this kid back, Brian Hayes. Back spasm sidelined him for a week or so. back in the lineup tonight and hitting third with a .251 average. Hayes and Reynolds, a pretty nice pair of cornerstones to build your team around offensively. And the Pirates locked up Ke'Bryan Hayes to the largest contract in Pirates history. 8 years, $70 million.
Wow.
We got one of those.
Got a bunch of those. But that's good.
Yeah.
We'll see. The clubs like the Pirates have good players stay and stick around for a long time. Perhaps Hayes will do that. Olsen will scoop that up. Easy play at first. And Max Fried with 2 ground ball outs breezes through the opening inning. To the second we go in Pittsburgh. No score.
The second here in Pittsburgh, and soak it in, Braves country. The bearded Ozzie Albies is on the road trip, and as you would imagine, giving all kinds of laughs to these guys here in the dugout. That's exactly why Brian Snitker said he wanted him on the road. Not only did he need a change of scenery, but just his energy, what it means to this team. And this afternoon, you'll see he is ramping up all baseball activities, running the bases. He was taking early BP this afternoon, as well as BP, and also taking grounders. So guys, I mean, the last we heard, we're thinking the rest of this week he'll remain with the team, continue to do these exercises, and then you would imagine he'd be sent off for an assignment and hopefully is back with this team very soon on the field.
Boy, isn't that a great report, guys? Seeing Ozzie Albies around this team in any capacity is a big lift. I saw him on the play and I said, man, I missed you. And he said, you know what? I missed everybody.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. The energy that he brings to that dugout and to this team. And, you know, Paul, I'm going to ask you the hard question. You know, he comes back. What are you going to do with Vaughn Grissom? Because this kid deserves to continue to play.
Hey, those things have a way of working themselves out. And, BJ, you know, former shortstop, not just a pro safety in the NFL, but those guys are athletes that can play that position. They should be able to play any position on the field. So I could move him out to left field if I wanted to. If Vaughn Grissom continues to hit like he is right now, hitting .391, you don't want to take that guy out of the lineup. So you'll move him somewhere else, and then you can also move him back second base, spell Ozzie. Ozzie's not going to come back and play every single game after game. So it's a nice problem to have. I think it works itself out. And I want to say, too, what a warm feeling I got in my gut seeing him in that locker room walking around, regardless if he takes the field. Man, what a player, what a person, what a smile, energy off the charts.
And I appreciate that, Paul. You know, I was a shortstop, and yes, athletes can adjust out there. I moved to center field when I got to college after getting drafted as an infielder. And it was an easy transition, and I expect the same from Vaughn Grissom. If that's the case, you know, I don't want to predict the future, but I believe this kid deserves to stay if he continues to perform the way he has. It'll be tough to remove him from the lineup.
Travis d'Arnaud fouls a pitch away. He's got a full count to finish up on Ozzie. 60-day injured list on June 14th with a left foot fracture. Don't know how much time Ozzie will need to go out and rehab before he gets back to the big league club. But certainly having him in the lineup, another left-handed bat, can't hurt for the Braves, who derive so much of his energy, as you guys just said, in the room, on the plane, behind the scenes. Can't wait to get him back. And so encouraging to see him ramping up here in Pittsburgh tonight. Ke'Bryan Hayes with a perfect strike retires d'Arnaud. And that's how the second inning starts for the Braves. Another ground ball out from Brubaker. He's got 2 of those and 2 strikeouts. William Contreras is the Braves' designated hitter tonight. I think you'll see William behind the plate in Game 3 here tomorrow afternoon. It's an early start. 12:35, first pitch. And then it's off to St. Louis for a weekend date with the Cardinals.
Good to see Contreras back in the lineup. His bat What a year for him.
16 homers, 32 driven in, all-star season, 262 average. One of those homers have come against the Pirates this year. They had a good rip at that one out of play, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just think, came to spring training. I don't even think he was in the plans to leave with Manny Pena. We picked him up in the offseason, but he just works so hard. It's tough to keep him out of the lineup, man. He has been terrific all year.
Brubaker has struck out 3 of the first 6 hitters. And Michael Harris is coming up with 2 outs and the bases empty in the second.
See the slider, look at that dot on the back of the baseball. It has some downward tilt to it. That's when you know you really get a good one going. If that slider stays on plane, it's hit.
Contreras is way out in front on that pitch.
5-game hitting streak for Michael Harris. The big blow last night, a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. He also walked twice in the game last night. Everybody in Pittsburgh was raving about his opposite field power. He hit that ball 400+ feet here last night.
And it was just a perfect swing. He waited so patiently on that curveball and let it get deep, and he just shows the power that he has to be able to drive that ball out left center.
So why the big league power? He didn't show a ton of power, guys, in the minor leagues.
I'm gonna be honest, guys, I didn't show a lot of power in the minor leagues. You know, you're so conscious on average.
On the ground to second, pegged to first in time. We'll finish that thought when the Braves come up next time around. Home second, no score in Pittsburgh. Tonight, he's also the subject of our landmark player comparison. Good to see young players not resting on their world championship laurels, and Max Fried certainly has not done that.
What's that, like a fine wine comment we use for Morton? Yeah, getting better each year. Look at the difference. The changeup, 13% this year versus last year. That's a difference maker.
First pitch swing by Gamble, hit toward left. Grossman to the warning track and makes the catch. And that takes care of Ben Gamble for out number 1 on 1 pitch.
Wow, that must have had some spin to it, because you look like Grossman had it pegged, and all of a sudden he had to sprint to the line. Good concentration, way to hold on and make that play. I got it. Oh.
That's got to be uncomfortable.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be.
Here's Atlanta's Michael Chavis. He was 1 for 4 last night and takes a strike. Pirates are 17-28 this year against left-handed opposing starting pitchers. One thing that's been quirky about them, though, despite that losing record, they've hit the 5th most home runs against left-handed pitching this year. 45 of them as a team. So keep an eye on that. Fly ball hit down the line in left. Grossman to the warning track and wall. He reaches up and can't get it. On cue, Michael Chavis makes it 1-0.
I talked about this kid yesterday having some pop from Sprayberry High School in Georgia. High draft pick for Boston. Traded him over here to Pittsburgh. The pressure's off, Paul. Just go out and have fun.
35-degree launch angle. Goodness, that's high. And if you're a right-handed hitter, this is where you want to hit it. Right down that little cut on the left field line.
So 8 of Chavis's 13 homers have come against left-handed pitching. A rare homer allowed by Max Fried, and the Pirates have scored first. It's 1-0. Here's Rodolfo Castro. Castro got the start at third last night. He's playing second base tonight.
2 nice slow curveballs right there by Max Fried.
One of your keys.
Yep.
that opens everything up. It makes your fastball faster now. If he goes to that, he could also throw a cutter or go back to the curve.
No balls, 2 strikes for Rodolfo Castro. And a fastball caught on and missed, and Fried has his first strikeout. So 1 in, 2 outs, and Greg Allen, the next Pirate hitter.
Look at this home run right here. Ouch. Hit d'Arnaud in the wrist. That's the last thing we need. An injury to our catcher.
We see that happen so much more frequently in today's game with the big uppercut swings. Back when you guys played, that usually wasn't appreciated much by
No, and back when we played, we kind of held on to the bat. A lot of these guys let go of that bat and it travels further back. That's why the catchers are getting hit so much. If I'm a catcher, I'm angry. Hold on to the bat.
Greg Allen grounds to short. Dansby charges, and his flip to first in time to retire the side. Michael Chavis has hit his 13th home run. That gives Pittsburgh an early lead. He joined us from AA Mississippi, and he's our Coors Light Beating the Pressure feature. How about these first 50 plate appearances?
This guy has been terrific. Another unbelievable rookie comes up with that slow pulse, getting it done with a big smile. I mean, he loves. I talked to Eric Ewa today, and he just said this kid, his knowledge of the game is so impressive this young. He's looking for stuff that Ewa wasn't even looking for while he's on the base. But he has a very high IQ at this point of his career.
Takes the ball the other way with 2 strikes. And Atlanta has its first hit. Grissom keeps on keeping on. He'll add to his .391 batting average with a soft but effective single, and he represents the tying run.
And that just adds to his IQ right there with 2 strikes. A ball going away, just put the head of the bat on it somehow. You don't want to swing hard, just put it in play.
That's old school.
It's old school.
Robbie Grossman is the batter. Grossman 0 for 4 last night. 1-0 Pirates. Brubaker still hasn't been able to hit that inside corner to lefties and get called strikes to righties out there. See how that plays out here the second time through the order. Acuna waits on deck.
Talked to Kevin about Robbie, and he was telling me Robbie is just so, you can see how his muscles, look at his forearms, he's just so tight, and that gets him in trouble from the left side. He just has to relax. When he was hitting the home runs, he was so relaxed, Kevin Seitzer said. But then once you hit home runs, guys, you want to keep hitting them, and he's tightened back up, so has to figure that out because he's going to get his opportunities.
Braves monitoring the workload of Eddie Rosario, who's been dealing with on and off soreness. Chance for him to rest up for a day game tomorrow, perhaps. As that's out of play, foul for a 1-2 count. Braves are having a good month, 14-7 in August. After an 18-8 July and a 21-6 month of June. Got 7 games left this month. First the 1-2 pitch. With a good finish, guys, the Braves have a chance to put together 3 consecutive months with single-digit losses. Think about how good that work is.
Yeah, that's impressive. But doing it at the right time when you need it most in that second half of the season. Coming together as a team.
Strike 3, 4 strikeouts. And now to the top of the order, and Acuna. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Ronald's up for the second time. First, a quick word from Landmark.
To celebrate our 40th anniversary, Landmark announces 40 days to save. Nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Always the best deal. Always.
Ronald took a high strike 3. His first time up. Bouncing ball right up the middle. Step on the bag for 1, and a first to double play. So a promising start and a disappointing finish in the Atlanta third. Brubaker enjoys a 1-0 lead. Champions are in Pittsburgh for Braves baseball. It's presented by Trust. Kelly Cole down by the Atlanta dugout. Brian Jordan, Paul Bird, and Chip Carey with you upstairs at PNC Park. A Michael Chavis home run is the only tally in the game so far, and this one is popped up on the infield by Tucupita Marcano. And there's a gift out. Nice way to start the home third, 1 away.
You see Fried right there. He wanted to catch that ball so bad. Olsen said, get out of here. The 2 Gold Glovers going for it, BJ.
Yeah. You know, Max is just so aggressive, man. He wants every ball he can get to.
This is Jason DeLay.
That's what happens when you win Gold Gloves.
Like the way Brennan Miller calls balls and strikes. He tells you where the pitch is. You can hear that on our field microphones. First one too far inside for the Pirate catcher.
That's a pitch that's really helped Max the last couple of years. He had the high fastball, mid-90s, and then the big spin rate curveball, and he was kind of a 2-pitch pitcher. And then when he developed that good slider, mixed in the sinker, he got a lot better. This year, the adaptation of the changeup, throwing it more, makes him even better. Austin Riley told me, he said, Paul, he goes, I actually don't watch the hitter. I watch the ball out of Max's hands, and I try to read curveball. When I see that, I'm ready for the chopper because I know I'm coming in to run and try and make that barehanded play.
Now, that's impressive. Playing third base, and you're worrying about that loop in the ball instead of looking at that hitter.
Another pop up. This one in the stands, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I remember Tony La Russa put me at third base late in the game. Believe me, I was looking at that hitter the whole time. I'm not worried about a curveball coming out of that pitcher's hands.
How about those numbers? Not only does he throw it more, but look at that opponent average against and the whiff rate. Fantastic.
Brian, were you praying? Please don't hit it to me.
Please. No, you know what? I used the reverse psychology. I say hit it to me, hit it to me. That way it wouldn't come to me. Every time you say don't, oh, it finds you.
Full count pitch. Struck him out. Max Fried has his second punch out. 2 quick outs and back to the top of the order.
And that's what that curveball do to you as a hitter. When you see that nasty slow curveball in the back of your mind, you know he's coming back with it. Fastball is by you.
We talked about it. You got 6 or 7 pitches. You can't guess.
Kevin Newman popped out to start the game for the Pirates, so he's 0 for 1 and 0 for 5 so far in the series. And out of play, foul. This is still a very young Braves team, but now it's an experienced team and a veteran team, I guess, when it comes to playoff action. What I love so much about guys like Max Fried, as I said, he's still evolving his craft. He's not a predictable pitcher. That graphic you just showed, Paul, is evidence of that.
Yes. And when I say 6 or 7 pitches, you know, if you have a sinker and you have a cutter and you have a 4-seamer, those are all fastballs, but those are 3 different pitches. And then when you factor in throwing them in and away, and then you mix in all of your other pitches, it gets very, very fun when you have command of all of them, which most of the time he does.
And that's the equalizer right there. You know, everything can't be hard as a hitter. If you throw everything hard, I'm geared up for it. But when you come with that slow curveball like Max Fried, you know, it makes you want to guess.
And how many times, Paul, does he have to throw that fourth best or fifth best pitch for it to be effective in a big league game?
No, not much. I mean, you just have to throw it every now and then. They will have to factor that in. But if you don't throw it for strikes, they won't do that. But if you mix it in every now and then and just show it for strikes, you got to factor that in.
Line to short, and Dansby is there. Max Fried has a 1-2-3 third inning. He's retired 5 straight, and Swanson leads off in a 1-0 game. The first time through the order, guys. Let's see what adjustments the Braves make. Here might be a clue as we check out our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Look at those numbers on the first pitch, guys. Ambushing them. Dansby, 373 on the year off of first pitch hits. Man.
That's why I threw the first pitch slider, BJ.
That's right.
Give you what you're looking for, and at the last minute.
Brubaker's season high in strikeouts is 10. That came against the Cubs back in May. But right now, everything is sinking and darting, and the Braves have not been able to handle it. Atlanta just 1 hit.
This is what we talked about yesterday, and you made a great point. You never take a major league team for granted. But I'll say it doesn't really matter what your numbers say. If the guy on the mound is on, then it's going to be a tough night for whoever.
Dansby struck out twice. 1 away.
And look, Dansby's been consistent all season long, laying off of that slider down and in. When you start seeing him jump out there again on that second strike, he kind of went after that slider. That's when you get a little worried. You know, he's too quick. Hopefully he'll slow back down and take those pitches. But we talk about how good he is with 2 strikes. It's because he was taking that slider way down.
And that fastball he struck out on the comebacker, why is that so tough to hit as a righty?
Well,
right there.
I mean, he's hitting his spots. I mean, that's a tough pitch. You think it's outside, and at the last minute it sinks back across. You almost tip your cap to him for making just a great pitch.
He is working in a great rhythm. 5 strikeouts. He's allowed 1 hit in his last start against the Red Sox. 7 innings of 2-hit shutout ball. He leads 1-0 on a solo home run. And another strikeout. Really only seen one guy try to hit the ball the other way, and that was Vaughn Grissom, Brian. That was one of your keys.
At some point, you got to slow this guy down. He's getting the ball back and getting on that mound and just, he's making you think too fast. Step out on him, regroup. You got to find a way to slow this guy down. I mean, he is on target right now. But we're chasing bad pitches, too.
Matt took a shot at left and fouled that away for a strike. He bounced out into the shift his first time up. Yes, the Braves have had lots of good luck against the Pirates. No, this has not been a fun building for them to play in. PNC Park has been a tough venue for the Braves over the last several years.
Look, even the games that the Braves have won, it's been close games.
Yeah. It's been 4 years since the Braves have won a series in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Go all the way back to 2018. But you win tonight, you take care of that bit of history. It's only a 1-0 game, and with this thunderous Atlanta offense, they're one swing away from getting things evened up.
Well, Paul, you mentioned how Brubaker's coming off one of the best games of his career. 7 innings, no walks against the Boston Red Sox team. So his confidence is sky high right now.
There's a shot into right field, but that's going to be caught by Greg Allen. And the Braves are retired in order in the 4th inning. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Pirates. They enjoy a 1-0 lead.
Bottom of the fourth here in Pittsburgh, and what a week for Brian Snitker, who got to see his son Troy, of course, when the Astros came to town just a few days ago. And then here in Pittsburgh, this is where his wife Bronny and her whole side of the family grew up just about 20 minutes from here. And he joked earlier, guys, that this may be the largest allotment of tickets he's ever had to leave. He said, we're over 40 at least over these couple nights, because her side of the family, boy, kids are having kids, and he goes, I just can't even keep up with all of them. But you may remember in 2016, this is where Snit got his first managerial win, and he said, I was walking over to the park and was thinking about, this is kind of where it all began for me. And to think now 500 wins under his belt, a World Series champion, and coming back here, it just sort of brings that entire journey to the forefront of his mind, guys.
Great report, Kelly. Yeah, it is where it all started for Brian Snitker here at PNC Park. He replaced Freddie Gonzalez. The Braves were really struggling in just about every facet of the game, and even though the Braves finished under 500 in that year, let's not forget they played almost 500 ball after Snit took over and really won over the clubhouse and got the Braves back to being the Braves again.
Fantastic story. I was able to interview him after that win, and we talked a little bit, and he later said this on camera. Braves called him and they said, hey, we have a vacancy coming. Would you like to interview for the job? He said, are you kidding me? I've been waiting for this call my whole life. Working with the Atlanta Braves since 1978 as either a player or a coach. And you finally got your shot and you delivered. It's just an incredible story. What a tremendous person.
You know, the crazy thing is every former player was pushing for it.
Right.
Making sure he becomes the manager and get his shot. And then, of course, the current players just went out there and played their butts off for him.
Brian Snitker was called into the office by Henry Aaron and was told, your days as a player are over. And he said, how'd you like to manage? Ground ball hit to Dansby. He's got that. And the flip to first in time. That takes care of Ke'Bryan Hayes, who's 0 for 2. Max has set down 7 straight Pirates. And look, let's face it. It was no sure thing that Brian Snitker was going to be the long-term manager here for the Braves. Previous administrations were thinking about making a change at the managerial helm. Once those issues took place, Snit was kept on to keep some order. Braves won the division. Alex Anthopoulos becomes the GM, and the rest, they say, is history.
That's right.
And it is amazing in our sport how often it's said, sometimes the best change is the one you don't make.
Mm-hmm. And got to give Alex a lot of credit, you know, because a lot of times GMs come in and they want their guy, they want their whole team of guys around them, and that was probably a tough decision at the time, but the players made it easy for him.
Dansby throws on the run. What a gorgeous play. He and Grissom looked like they were on a collision course, but Swanson with a stab at the last instant got rid of the ball quickly to nail Gamble and send us to the 5th. Here we go, top of the 5th inning. Let's get some offense going. The Braves have 1 hit. d'Arnaud, Contreras, and Harris are coming up against JT Brubaker. There we go. First pitch, ambush, deep left field, tie game. d'Arnaud feasts on the first pitch. He does it here when the Braves needed it most. And 2 solo home runs account for the offense in game 2. New life for the Braves here in the 5th inning.
That's a true veteran right there, sitting over there watching the game. He knows Brubaker was getting ahead with that slider. He went up there looking for it, and he did not miss it, Paul. That ball was running away from him, and he came back and snatched it over the wall.
That was a good pitch. Went down and got it.
So for d'Arnaud, his 13th home run of the year. And the 13th allowed by Brubaker. 1-1 is your score. William Contreras struck out his first time up.
Oh, they got to find a way to be patient and not swing at that low slider. Make them bring it up.
Or you can just go down and get it like d'Arnaud.
Well, he left that up a little bit, you know, but he's been dominant right now with that low slider. Guys can't lay off of it.
There's a good rip, foul back, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Paul, as a pitcher, you know that. You're sitting there throwing it to these guys, and hey, they swing. I don't have to throw a strike.
Well, and if I throw a slider first pitch, it does not have to be perfect. That's when I get in trouble, when I try to make it too good early. It's the element of surprise.
There's a shot to right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Reynolds over quickly. Contreras thinks twice about moving up. Smart decision. So good start for Contreras this night. He's 1 for 2, and now Michael Harris will be the Atlanta hitter.
Wow, big mistake by Brubaker leaving that ball up in the zone with him. Not trying to do too much. Goes right with it, the right center field gap, which is his power zone. I mean, that kid, Contreras, just continues to impress me also all year long.
You talk about Grissom and different platoon problems. We have 2 catchers who are very good, and I love it. It gives you options.
A little light rain begins to fall here in Pittsburgh, as some of the fans in the lower bowl head for shelter with a game tied at 1. High fly ball, left center field. That's headed for the Pirate bullpen. At the 410 sign, off the wall. Harris hit that ball 409 feet to left center. It's a double, and the Braves have second and third with nobody out. We were talking about where this kid's power come from. It's unbelievable to left field for a left-hand hitter.
No, this is just incredible. A ball up in the zone. And when you're looking that way, it's easy. And it looks like his swing, he's looking to drive it that way. His instincts take over on inside pitches. But, man, he is delivering, guys. Unbelievable. And we talked about it earlier. What makes the power in the big leagues and not have so much power in the minor leagues? Well, when you're in the minor leagues, guys, your focus as an outfielder, as an infielder, I want to hit for average. I want to drive balls gap to gap. I want to show these guys that I have all the tools to be successful. So you don't worry about hitting the home runs all the time. But once you get to the big league and you're around big league hitters, you watch batting practice, you say, I got to hit the weight room because I got a bomb. And sure enough, I mean, he's making it look too easy.
That's a home run in 27 of the 30 major league parks.
Yep.
Not here in Pittsburgh. And you saw Michael hearing it from the dugout. I need to get in the weight room, I think is what he was saying. But a beautiful stroke the other way, and the Braves set up for a big inning with Vaughn Grissom up. Pittsburgh's infield is going to play in with second and third and nobody out. Harris's 7th hit against the Pirates in just 6 games. So what are you looking for Grissom to get and do here, fellas?
Well, I think he has to look for that slider. And he's going to have to lay off of that slider down, get a ball up in the zone where he can drive and at least hit a sacrifice fly this at bat. But really grind it out, put it in play somewhere. You got 2 guys that can run on second and third. And he's been so good in this situation.
Looking for his 10th RBI, maybe number 11 too. The pitch. He's taken high. They do have a base open. There's nobody out, and you've got Robbie Grossman on deck.
Really good patience right here from Grissom, from a young player. Those RBIs sitting right there, and he is locked in.
Wow.
Generous call.
Yes, it was. And I don't like that generous call because it changes his whole approach. Now that pitch should have been a ball. Now you're thinking in the back of your mind, I got to swing at that. And he goes back out there and you're swinging. He knows the zone really well.
Sharply hit, base hit, Braves lead. Here comes Harris to third. He's going to be stopped. Vaughn Grissom with a rocket into left field scores Contreras, and the Braves continue rolling in the fifth inning. It's 2-1. RBI number 10.
Unbelievable at bat right there. Went to 3-0, showed great plate discipline. Gets called 3-1 on a ball that was a ball. Gets called a strike and then drives the ball through the left side. My goodness, that had some thunder behind it, BJ.
It sure did. I mean, that was a pitch down across the middle of the plate. Just staying aggressive at all times. Vaughn Grissom hitting over 400, guys. That's saying a lot.
So chance for a big inning. Grossman the batter. Sharply hit. That's into right field. Atlanta extends the lead. It's 3-1. Robbie Grossman's first hit of the series, and the Braves have found something on Brubaker here. 4 straight hits, 3 runs have scored.
Boy, that had to feel good for Grossman. Nice and relaxed. Got a slider. There it is, down. He kept his head on it, kept down. And just a nice little single to right field.
Vaughn Grissom stops at second. Now Acuna's the batter. Ronald has struck out and has hit into a double play. The Braves with 3 in the fifth inning. Shot to right field. That's going to get down for a hit. 6 straight hits for the Braves, and boy, are they aggressive getting after that first pitch. It started with Darno's homer, and the Braves haven't stopped hitting early in the count since. And now they're loaded for Dansby Swanson.
Brubaker getting that slider up in the zone, and the Braves hitters are not missing it. And the great thing about it is they're not trying to do too much, just driving it where he's pitching it.
That's another good pitch. Slider down. Acuna goes out and gets it. And the Braves fans here in Pittsburgh are going nuts.
Fouled away by Swanson. 6 straight hits for the Braves to start this fifth inning. It started with Travis d'Arnaud ambushing the first pitch of the inning and launching that into the seats in left. Contreras a single, Harris a double, Grissom, Grossman, and Acuna all with singles.
How quickly it can change for a pitcher.
That one is softly hit up the middle. Bobbled there. Second one. Throw to first. Safe. A run is in. And the Braves have runners at the corners. There was nothing Acuna could do. He had to make sure the ball wasn't caught in the air. And after Castro played it on the short hop, he got the force at second, but Swanson's speed beat the rap at first, and Grissom scores again.
Wow, sinker off the knuckles right there. He put the ball in play. Good try by Castro.
Should have gone to third base right here after touching second. Grossman was hung up bad. Poor decision making. But you know what? When the game speeds up and everybody's screaming and things happen and you feel like you got a chance to get the guy at first, and that's what you're used to doing.
How about the hustle down the line by Dansby? Getting that RBI right there.
His 69th of the year. Yeah, the Braves enjoy a 4-1 lead for Riley, who has walked and struck out. High fly ball toward left. Grossman the runner at third. There's the catch. Reynolds' throw is going to be up the line and heading to second, tagging as well as Swanson. Riley with a sacrifice fly. Grossman scores. Swanson in scoring position, and the Braves have a 5-1 lead.
I wasn't sure if that was deep enough, BJ, but then I remembered Ron Washington. He doesn't like to throw up stop signs.
Well, stay aggressive. Right now, the inning is in your favor. You got to force the issue here. Make him throw a strike to home plate. He did not do it. And that had to feel good for Austin Riley to at least walk away with an RBI there.
Matt Olson, first pitch swing, ground ball to second, and the peg to first will retire the side. 6 straight hits began the inning, and a 5-run frame capped by an Austin Riley sac fly as the Braves bat around in the 5th inning of Game 2. In the top of the 5th inning, they scored 5 runs. JT Brubaker threw 20 pitches.
Never heard of that in my life.
Hey, that's all strategy, guys. Kevin Seitz over there saying be aggressive on that first pitch. Brubaker's getting ahead with a strike. Whether it's a slider or sinker, look to swing the bat, and that's exactly what they did.
And so now Max Fried, who has set down 8 straight Pittsburgh hitters, enjoys a 4-run lead. It's the man that touched him for a home run the first time up, Michael Chavis.
And the way you say thank you to your teammates for giving you 5 runs, you go out to that mound and you throw strikes right out of the gate. Chavis down 0-2.
Rodolfo Castro and Greg Allen will follow.
Talk about being efficient. 45 pitches. You're in the 5th inning right now.
That rest series that the Braves had for this pitching staff down in Miami may turn out to be one of the pivotal moments of this season, as that was way up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I was talking with Brian Snitker about that. When you think about what Jake Odorizzi and Bryce Elder and Kyle Muller did in that series down in Miami, and the rest it gave the regular guys in rotation. Let's not forget Ian Anderson's good start. Man, oh man, it was a risky move because those games could have gone the other way, quite obviously. Braves won them all. And now this staff benefiting from that extra rest and pitching great. A swing and a miss. Chavis is retired. 9 up, 9 down for Fried.
How about that changeup, 87 miles an hour outside part of the plate, and the bottom falls out of it.
Go back to what you said, Chip. I guess the one guy that I was most surprised about is Mr. Elder coming up, pitching 7 innings with 10 strikeouts. I mean, that blew me away. I knew we saw him in San Diego early in the year, and he could place the ball, kind of reminded me of Greg Maddux. But it seems like he is working on his craft and getting better down in AAA. I mean, that's awesome.
There's a saying, you can never have too much pitching. Unfortunately, Walker Buehler going back for a second. Tommy John.
Riley plays that off his chest, but recovers. 2 outs.
Wish the best for him. And the point of it is, as a pitcher, you know you're always 1 pitch away. And in baseball, it's hard to stay healthy through the grind of a major league season. You usually miss a start somewhere. So when you're afforded to get to miss a start and rest up that arm and get over a little dead period, and this is kind of right after the All-Star break when that starts to happen, right before September, that's huge. And then, as you said, Chip, the young guys didn't just come up and pitch and fill a spot. They won. They pitched great.
Greg Allen, the hitter. Fried's retired 10 straight. Shows bunt, takes a ball. So you win those games down in Miami, it's almost like those wins counted for 2, because the games you got in Miami, but the rest you gave the regular starters, if you will. If that makes any sense. And we've got an off day coming up in St. Louis on Thursday before that big weekend set. Then another off day on Monday before we start a homestand at Truist Park and wrap up the month of August. So these breathers are coming at a great time. The Braves are rolling as a result. Atlanta 12-2 in their last 14 games.
Look, give credit where credit is due. Odorizzi came in here last night and pitched to Jim when the pressure was on. I know the organization is trying to figure out, well, did we make the right move? And last night he showed you that he can pitch and get you through 6 innings. And I know he's coming off the IL, so he's still working his way back. But last night was a great sign.
No walks in that game for Jake. Struck out 7. As Allen awaits a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. 11 up, 11 down for Max Fried, who has a 1-hitter working in Pittsburgh. He also has a 5-1 lead after 5 in game 2. We thought we'd try it again. Atlanta sent 9 to the plate, 5 of them scored. And it didn't take long for Travis to get into the swing of things tonight.
Wow, got that slider up in the zone, and he did not miss it. Paul, I got to ask you, will Brubaker throw another slider first pitch to him?
No, normally you come back with something different unless you're a veteran and you're mad and you're like, okay, do it again.
Ringing the lumber, 348. Man.
That feature brought to you by our friends at Yellowwood. 13 games, 7 extra base hits. And fouled straight back in a 5-1 Atlanta game in the 6th inning. I was hoping for some more help from the Yankees tonight. The Yankees are playing the Mets in game 2 of the Subway Series. Last report, no score in that game. In the Bronx, if Atlanta can win and the Yankees can win, we'd be 2 back heading into game 3 tomorrow.
I'm in. Also want to mention what you talked about last night, Chip, and then Snitker after the game. d'Arnaud did a great job calling the pitches for Odorizzi last night. 2 veterans up there working, forced him to throw all of his pitches, mix his pitches up, down, in, out, and it was fantastic.
First time they'd worked together since Jake came over from the Astros. As this one's chopped on the ground to second, and a flip to first will retire the Braves catcher. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning.
Well, Chip, I can guarantee you this. Odorizzi's going to tell Brian Snitker, hey, I want Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate, and that's not a knock against Contreras at all. But you get your first win, you don't want to change anything, do you, Paul?
You're right. And I love what you said. It's not a knock on Contreras.
No.
It's just something's working. Stick with it.
I mean, you look at Greg Maddux. Eddie Perez was his guy. You sit there and wonder why, and when you got Javi Lopez just bombing, but Greg Maddux didn't care.
And because we love Eddie so much, we can say, despite that fact, Greg Maddux still made the Hall of Fame. Braves have hit a homer on the road for the 10th consecutive game tonight. d'Arnaud's solo shot got the party started in the 5th inning. And I mean, Brubaker just looked like he was stunned. I mean, it was boom, 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 20 pitches, 5 runs after he had been dominant in the first 4 frames tonight.
How do you throw 20 pitches and give up 5 runs?
And see 9 hitters.
Yeah.
That's baseball. As Contreras way ahead in the count here.
.3-0 count. That's almost automatic.
Trying to leverage that ball out to left. It's a full count.
Hitters count, come out of your shoes. Contreras definitely came out of his shoes on that pitch.
Did he go? Yeah, he's rung up after a 3-0 count. Contreras is retired. 2 away from Michael Harris. And as the kid center fielder stands in, let's enjoy a quick word after the replay from our friends at Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Harris hit a ball to the 410 sign in left center field, the Bermuda Triangle, if you will, at PNC Park. That would have been a home run in 27 major league parks. Can you guess the other 2 besides this one? It wouldn't have left.
How about Petco Field?
Nope. Home run there.
What about Boston in the wall?
Home run there.
Really?
Coors Field.
Wow.
And Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. And Harris is rung up on a check swing, and Brubaker recovers with a 1-2-3 6th inning. But he is steaming. He's allowed a 5-1 Atlanta lead in the 6th inning. MLB.TV with free baseball all day on August 26th. Stream live or on demand on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.TV for all the details. First pitch swing by Tucupita Marcano. Hit high in the air toward right. But Ronald is there, a step onto the warning track. And Marcano, I believe, has made 2 outs on 2 pitches. That's how the home 6 starts for Max Fried, who's throwing a 1-hitter at the Pirates tonight. And he set down 12 straight men.
Man, you got to love this outfield where you can just run for days. You know, you think the ball's going to travel and get out of here, but that's why you never give up. Just keep running and make the play. I thought that ball was going to be out of here, to be honest.
Here's Jason DeLay. He struck out his first time up. You go to a big league ballpark and you get a chance to sit behind home plate or behind the dugouts, and you have a really good perspective of the field. You can see how much real estate an outfielder has to cover. First the pitch to DeLay. And when a game is over, like we used to do at Dodger Stadium, you'd have to walk through center field to get to the buses underneath the scoreboard. When you look back at home plate and you're a non-athlete like me, you say, how in the world do 3 guys cover that much ground?
Well, guys, that's been the difference since Michael Harris came up, played center field. You got Acuna now fully healthy in right field. If I'm a pitcher and Paul, you know, help me out here, I'm pitching to contact. I'm not going to try to strike everybody out.
You're absolutely right. And not just the outfield, but the infield on this team as well. I don't care if I get a ground ball or, you know, a fly ball, and I was a fly ball pitcher. So when I turned around and I saw Andrew Jones, I got excited. When I would see guys like this on the infield, same way.
There you go. Ground ball to Riley, almost tripped. But he recovers in time, and 13 up, 13 down for Max Fried.
Well, Paul, I got to get mad at you. You turn around and you see Andrew out there, and I'm over in right field. You didn't mention.
No, you were in L.A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure.
But I would have liked that too. I would have liked you if we got in like a team brawl. You know, I would have liked to have seen you on my side instead of staring me down.
Kevin Newman, the batter, the leadoff man for the Pirates, is 0 for 2. Let's turn our attention to what Max Fried is doing tonight. Regular rest coming off that emotional and great game against the Mets. Pitching against the Pirates in a ballpark that has given him some trouble. He is dominant tonight. Coming into this game, Fried had given up 11 earned runs in 9 innings pitched at PNC Park.
Wow.
Tonight, 1 run on 1 hit.
And the thing that I love about it, he gave up that home run, and it looked like it made him mad. And he has really attacked the strike zone.
Another chance left side. Dansby with a backhand. Long throw, fast runner, got him. And Max Fried is set down 14 straight. The Braves are rolling in Pittsburgh. Fried economical and up 4 runs. Thank you, Trevor. That second run came on a bases loaded walk in the Bronx off Taijuan Walker. And so Atlanta with a chance to pull to within 2 games of the division leading Mets if this score holds in Pittsburgh. JT Brubaker back to work as we've reached the 7th inning.
Aaron Judge is having an incredible year. Wow, that's the way to bet on yourself right there. If I'm the Yankees, what are you going to do? Just open up the bank? Well, you think Judge wants to stay there?
Line drive to right by Vaughn Grissom. He's got a 3-hit game.
Just continues to do it.
He's having fun. Look at that smile.
He's looking in the dugout, say, guys, I told you I was just going to hit a nice, easy, take a nice, easy swing and go the other way on that slider.
Ball's 8 inches off the plate. Are you kidding me?
He got his first hit that way. Wow, man.
Expect fastball's in your next at bat.
First career 3-hit game for Vaughn Grissom. As Robbie Grossman drives this one a long way to left, Marcano drifts back and makes an over-the-shoulder catch. And that is the first out. One with a note on Grissom. Scored again tonight. 14 runs, 14 games. Like that pace, don't you?
Yes.
And here's Ronald. He's 1 for 3 on the night. So Aaron Judge helps out the Braves tonight with his 48th home run. And my answer for you, Brian, is very simple. He's going to walk into Al Steinbrenner's office, put his feet on the desk and say, "Hi, partner." Just heard from Trevor with that game break in New York. He and Peter are standing by with the stretch presented by Synovus. Braves having some fun. A 5-run fifth and Max Fried's 6 innings of 1-hit, 1-run brilliance. The storyline in Pittsburgh tonight. Little chopper left side. They'll get a close play at second and a hard slide by Grissom at the bag. He takes out Castro. Clean play. He was right on top of the bag. And Castro in disbelief looks on. Hard slide, no return throw, 2 outs.
I mean, to me, this was a good slide. Look. Slid into the base.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
None. That's good baseball.
That's some old school baseball right there.
There it is.
I like it.
There is so little contact around the bag in the modern game that infielders are actually shocked when there's a play like that now.
Right.
It was a good, hard, clean baseball slide to make sure that he could not throw out Acuna at first.
Love it.
You just don't see that around the league anymore, though. Guys just run out of the way. They don't go in hard, and I like it. Keep the inning alive.
You know who's going to like that play the most? Ron Washington.
Yes.
Dusty Baker said something great. He said, you know, I'm not for old school. I'm not for new school. I'm for right school. Let's blend both of them. And sometimes you try to go deep. Sometimes you cut down on your swing, drive it the other way. You're always going to be in favor of going into second base hard to break up a double play every single time.
And again, you can see the shock on the face of Rodolfo Castro. That's probably the first time he's had contact at the second base bag all year. Line drive softly hit into center from Dansby. That's going to drop. Look at Ronald cutting the bag at second. He's going to move to third without a throw. Great read by Acuna with 2 outs. And Dansby Swanson off the schneid in the series. Braves runners are at the corners trying to add on to a 5-1 lead.
And that again tells you why that was a great play by Vaughn, breaking up that double play, keeping the inning alive, and Dansby comes through with a single. Acuna hustles over to third base, and now you got an opportunity to blow this game away. All based off a hustle.
So at 98 pitches, Brubaker will be taken down for the Pirates. 20 pitches told the tale for him tonight. The Braves tagged him for 5 in the 5th. The runners aboard in the 7th are his responsibility as well. And the Braves late in game 2 enjoy a 5-1 lead.
It's brought to you by your local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines, keep climbing. And by Truist, when you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Great night in Pittsburgh at the Confluence. Braves enjoy a 5-1 lead. This is Chase DeYoung, the second pitcher for the Pirates. He's had a good year. This is his 28th game.
Fastball, curve, slider, change, heavy on the slider. Throwing it to righties 50% of the time.
What I would love to see out of Austin Riley right now is to hit the ball to second base. Keep that front side closed and look that way.
Young has been a very reliable man out of the Pirates bullpen. He's given up runs just twice in his last 10 outings. Last time out Saturday against the Reds, 2 scoreless innings pitched. He's trying to keep it 5-1 with Austin Riley, runners at the corners and 2 out. Riley picked up an RBI, his 79th, with a 5th inning sacrifice fly. That was the final run scored by the Braves in their big inning, the 5th. So 2 more aboard for Riley, who's down to his last strike. On the ground, left side, it's through for a base hit. That'll score Acuna. A 2 RBI night for Riley. He's up to 80, and the Braves add on. It's a 6-1 game.
Wow, that had to feel good for Austin Riley there. Got a curveball up in the zone. Really did a good job of trying to stay close and hits it hard enough to get by shortstop third baseman Hayes. Another RBI.
Don't have to hit it hard, you just have to hit it. And Riley did that. So he has a 2-ribby game for Matt Olson, who's looking for his first hit. The Braves now with 10 knocks on the night. This one a mile high on the left side. Brian Hayes is there, and he'll put the squeeze on that. And that will retire the side. The Braves are rolling in Pittsburgh. 6-1 your score. Can't think of a better way to send it to the stretch. Big lead for Max Fried, who is rolling very economically. He's retired 14 straight hitters tonight. Let's check out his line score, our Chick-fil-A game nugget.
Fantastic. 62 pitches. That's incredible. You see 41 strikes out of those. No walks, 4 strikeouts. He has not thrown 1 start this year where he has struck out less than 4.
In fact, it's 44 straight starts for Max Fried with 4 or more strikeouts. Let's see what he can do here in the Pittsburgh 7th. Brian Reynolds is the batter. He's grounded out to third twice and takes strike 1. Bookon Brubaker, 6 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs earned, 8 strikeouts, and 1 home run. He threw 98 pitches. And the way he started his game, guys, it looked after 4 innings like it was going to be another 1-run game. But Atlanta tagged him for 20 pitches in the 5th inning and 5 runs as 9 came to the plate. Remarkable. Foul back, it's 1-2.
And I like what Peter said during the stretch. They didn't do it with just the home run bar. Yeah, Darno started out with a solo shot, but all of a sudden you saw singles, doubles, and kept the line moving, which is something that's going to be very important down the stretch, guys.
1-2 pitch. Yankees and Mets now move to the middle of the 5th inning. Mets just got a run. It's now 2-1 Yankees. We'll follow that score as we finish things up against the Pirates tonight. Swing and a miss. There's the 4th strikeout for Max. He has set down 15 straight hitters.
I told you coming into this game that command of that curveball was going to be important. And he has thrown it to a tee tonight, guys.
Look at it coming out of the wrist, PJ. The floater, 12-6, straight down. He a lot of times will start off a righty with that pitch. This time he changed and closed him out.
Okay, Brian Hayes has hit the ball on the ground twice. His first game back in a bit since suffering through back spasms. Paid crowd tonight in Pittsburgh, 13,367.
We get spoiled at home in Atlanta.
Pirates closing in on 1 million in attendance. They should surpass that in the finale of this series tomorrow. First pitch at 12:35 Eastern Time, where Kyle Wright goes to work. Right now he's got everything working. And when there's nothing, Brian, a hitter can eliminate, as you've said so many times, it can be a long night.
It could be a long night. You know, he throws a 94, 95 mile an hour fastball, but when that curveball is working, man, as a hitter, you're sitting there like, I got to be guessing here.
Swing and a miss. Blew him away with a fastball.
Wow.
Everything is pinpoint.
Fans A-List members get a variety of perks, including the chance to have up to 3 ticket partners to share memberships with, making it easier to split your tickets between friends, family, and your business partners. For more information on A-List membership options for a full and partial season commitment, go to Braves.com/A-List. Ben Gamel takes high.
Look, how good is Max Fried after throwing 6 shutout innings over the Cardinals earlier this year, and recently Albert Pujols said he is one of the best pitchers I've ever seen. Meaning ever.
And Albert's been around practically forever, right? Fly ball foul off the bat of Gamel. Saw an amazing stat on Pujols, whom we'll see in our next series. Albert Pujols has homered against something like 449 different pitchers in his career. Little flare down the left field line. It's in for a base hit. Ben Gamel with a dying duck down the left field line snaps the 16 up, 16 down streak for Max Fried, and only the second Pirate hit. What a run.
Wow, he got in on him too. Curveball stayed up. I don't know how Gamel was able to get his hands in there, but boy, it paid off for him.
BJ, normally I would complain about that, but you know what? We've had a few of those tonight.
Yes, we have.
It's only fair.
Michael Chavis has the other Pirate hit. It left the ballpark. Into the short porch down the line in left. And outside, ball 1. Braves have 6 runs on 10 hits. It's the 43rd time this season the Braves have 10 or more hits in a game. And it happened real fast in the 5th inning. On the ground, right to Grissom. He'll flip to first in time. And Max Fried will send us to the 8th inning. He has been dominant. Maybe tonight he goes the distance. It's 6-1. Braves enjoy a 6-1 lead over the Pirates, and for every homer hit by the Braves over the next 4 years, Truist will donate $755 to the Braves Foundation's Henry Louis Aaron Fund with a minimum commitment of $1 million. 187 home runs, over $141,000 raised this year. Some of that thanks to the heroics of Travis d'Arnaud, who hit a first pitch home run in the Atlanta 5th. So DeYoung back to work for his first full inning. It's the 8th. Vaughn Grissom has a 3-hit night. d'Arnaud 1 for 3 with a homer and a run scored. Once again, the offense, as Peter mentioned on the stretch, very balanced and very diverse. 6 different players have scored a run tonight as you check out the metrics on the d'Arnaud homer.
Went down and got it. 108 miles per hour off the bat. 409 feet. Good start to that inning, I'll tell you that.
Got the game tied at 1. That's our StatCast presented by Google Cloud.
That's really hard to hit a breaking ball at the knees, go down and get it, and hit it 108 miles an hour. Usually it's a hard fastball that you turn on. You get some of that power where you don't have to supply it all.
But when you go up there looking for that pitch, it's a lot easier to stroke.
d'Arnaud in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss. DeYoung gets d'Arnaud, and there's his first strikeout. 1 away for William Contreras.
Braves have seen a lot of good sliders today.
Yes, they have.
Down and away. Perfect pitch.
Contreras a single and a run scored to highlight his night. Strike 1 for the Braves designated hitter. Figure he'll be in harness with the day game after the night game for Atlanta tomorrow. Kyle Wright will gun for his 16th victory. Kyle tied for the National League lead in wins. The last Brave to lead the National League in wins as a starting pitcher was John Smoltz. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That's launched into the upper deck off to our right here at PNC Park. Closing in on 9 o'clock Eastern time. This has been a well played, well paced game. No swing.
I still can't get over the giving up 5 runs and getting 3 outs on 20 pitches. It's like a math problem.
Aggressive hitters.
2.2 pitches per batter.
Got to be a record or right next to it.
On the ground to short. And that's scooped up, and that takes care of Contreras. 2 quick outs. Michael Harris coming up again. First a word from Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with Tongue Torch, Zax Sauce, or any of our sauces.
Michael now with a 6-game hitting streak. After his 5th inning double. Again, just marvelous opposite field power for the Braves center fielder. I saw a photo online today that's really eye-popping. You look at his stance from the left side, and you look at Ronald Acuna's stance from the right side of the plate. They are truly almost mirror images of each other.
Well, Michael Harris said he really enjoyed watching Acuna. when he was in the minor leagues.
I thought you were going to say when he was a kid.
No, when he was in the minor leagues. He said Acuna was one of his favorite players watching him, you know, and to come up and Sicer work with him, tell him to move his hands down and just get a feel for it, see if you like it. And Michael said, hey, I'm taking this in the game. And Kevin Sicer said, hey, don't get me fired, kid.
Right.
I just made a suggestion. But it just tells you the adjustments that he can make. He's so athletic. You know, everything's easy right now. You know, and to be able to drop your hands like that and relax them and all of a sudden go out there and rake, that says a lot about this young man.
Young had a nice inning, a 1-2-3-8, but now all eyes turn to Max Fried, who's having a special night. He enjoys a 6-1 lead.
Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
That's the Roberto Clemente Bridge spanning the Allegheny River here in Pittsburgh, leading to downtown. And all roads lead to PNC Park for Max Fried, who's having a dazzling night. Braves left-hander has scattered just 2 hits. At one point, Fried retired 16 straight hitters in a row. He has 5 strikeouts and only 78 pitches into the 8th inning, guys.
Very impressive. Don't want to get ahead of myself. You want to get the next hitter out, make your next pitch, but really hoping, can he throw a complete game under 100?
Max does have 3 complete games in his career. 2 of them came last season for the Braves.
Look, if he can complete this game and give this bullpen a break with a day off on Thursday, we are looking really good going to St. Louis.
Against a Cardinal team that's been red hot. And that's taken low, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, and you can see the steam coming out of Max Fried's ears in a 5-run game. A 4-pitch walk brings up Greg Allen after a word from Marietta Toyota.
In Marietta, businesses come and go, and some remain and grow. Visit us at MariettaToyota.com to learn why it's always better in Marietta.
First walk for Fried brings up Allen. He has grounded out and struck out. Allen hitting 187 at the start of play tonight.
You're fine right here. Just get the ball on the ground. Try to get 2. Right back in that pitch count.
Max has thrown over 100 pitches 7 times this year. It's not just the pitches, but the stress. He has had very little of that in this game, especially so with a 5-run lead.
Looks like he's lost that command of that curveball.
He has, flying open.
Yeah, he's really flying open.
Well, let's see if he can autocorrect here with an even count.
Nice changeup on the outside corner, just missed.
Don't figure Castro to be going anywhere with Max's big pickoff move and a 5-run Pirate deficit. So focus on Allen here with a 2-1 pitch. Driven to right, well hit. Acuna going back, still going, reaches up and makes a great catch.
Terrific jump on the ball. Speed kills, God. I mean, this big outfield, you just turn and it's like taking off for a 100-meter sprint. And to be able to turn at the right time, make a great catch at the 375 mark. That's Ronald Acuna right there, folks.
Yeah, tip your cap, Max Fried, for the best coverage in the game. That's the T-Mobile coverage cam. Ball goes up. You're almost surprised when it's not caught. What a great play by Acuna for out number 1.
I mean, you're right, Chip. I mean, that's the expectations right now. That ball goes out with this outfield and the speed that we're watching. Every ball should be caught.
You don't only have good hands on the infield. They've all got cannons. You got 2 shortstops up the middle. You got a cannon in center, cannon in right. Oh my gosh.
Well, getting Harris back, we mentioned before, moved Adam Duvall to left, and we're disappointed Adams done for the year. There's another ball popped up right side. Let's not forget getting Ronald Acuna back from his injury rehab and the Acuna rules, if you will. Remember, he started this season not playing outfield every day. Didn't play day games after night games. The Braves were loath to play him in back-to-back games, offensively and defensively. But now that all those restrictions have been lifted, the Braves outfield has gone from one of the most porous to one of the best in the major leagues.
And you could see early in the year he was very, very timid, you know, almost afraid, and I don't blame him. But once he got through the 12-month mark, he started getting confident in that knee, and now you see him not giving up on those balls, just going out there attacking and making plays like the old Ronald Acuna before the knee injury.
One ball, 2 strikes for Tucupita Marcano, who's 0 for 2, the Pirate left fielder tonight.
Best baseball name in the park right now, Chip.
Pretty good one. Pretty good one. Tucupita Marcano, his first name from the town in which he was born.
That would make me Louisville Bird.
There you go.
BJ?
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Louisville Bird.
What would you be?
Baltimore Jordan.
It's kind of nice. That's pretty good. That's strong.
Still a BJ.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you wouldn't have to change your monogram shirts and everything, right?
Exactly.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Marcano is down on strikes. And that is number 6 for Max Fried, and he faces the number 9 hitter with 2 outs.
Nice slider right here. And this is what we keep talking about. If you have multiple pitches and you lose your curveball for just a little bit, he throws a slider to lefties more anyways, but that's very good. Looks like it's down the middle and just keeps on going.
Well, get Jason DeLay quickly here. Keep that pitch count reasonable and think about going the distance in the 9th. Line drive to right. That is going to stay fair. Acuna over quickly. Castro around third is going to be stopped. And a soft hit for Jason DeLay early in the count. And the Pirates have an 8th inning threat, 1st and 3rd, and 2 outs.
Oh, that's a slider going down. He got his hands in.
Ronald hesitated there for a second. I needed him to get the ball into the infield. Scared me for a minute.
Well, Kevin Newman becomes a very important player in this game now. Even with a 5-run lead, you don't want Reynolds to come up with a chance to get the Pirates to within a couple of runs. Newman is 0 for 3. There's a good curve.
Yep.
Colin McHugh has gotten up in the Atlanta pen. With a 5-run lead, If Fried can get out of this as his pitch counts 94, 95, I wonder if he'll come out for the 9th inning.
He may come out and face the first batter and see what happens. If you lose him, then you bring in McHugh. Gets him out, keep him out there.
No balls, 2 strikes. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Up the middle, Dansby's got it. He'll race to the bag, and that will retire the side. Pittsburgh strands runners at the corners, and Max Fried sends us to the 9th inning with a big lead in Game 2.
Is brought to you by the All-South Highway Safety Team. Play it safe, slow down. And by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Max Fried getting hugs and handshakes, and boy should he ever. This was a masterful performance. Max Fried had a stretch of 16 straight Pirates hitters retired. He'll leave with a 3-hit, 1-run performance. And boy was he economical. And Atlanta has given him a 6-1 lead. Fried on his way to his 12th victory of the season tonight. Vaughn Grissom looking for a 4-for-4 night. His first career 3-hit game. And a ground ball to Ke'Bryan Hayes. 1 out in the Atlanta ninth. Great night for Grissom. 3-for-4 and scored his 14th run in as many big league games tonight. And here's Robbie Grossman. He's got a hit, a run, and an RBI.
Grissom still smiling.
Hey,
he's
good
having
day
a
at the
blast.
ballpark, baby. Good day at the ballpark. 3 hits, scored another run, made some plays. Got to feel good.
Kyle Wright tomorrow will pitch for the Braves. As things stands now, the Braves looking for a sweep. Kyle Wright will look for his 16th win. And so a look ahead, our starting pitcher tomorrow, Kyle Wright. He's our Verizon projected starter. Our coverage begins at noon Eastern time on Bally Sports South. Mitch Keller will pitch for Pittsburgh.
Grossman, a big RBI single back in that 5th inning.
Didn't get that, and Grossman is out number 2 in the 9th inning. DeYoung's doing nice work in long relief. That's his 3rd strikeout.
Very important you have a guy that can come in out of that pen and throw more than 1 inning. If you don't have that guy, then everybody else gets taxed and it starts to show up. And it may not show up in April or May, but it will show up at some point in the season if your bullpen is overworked.
Something the Pirates have done a lot. They call it kind of a hybrid pitching plan. All their relievers, starters for that matter too, we're told you're going to pitch more than 1 inning a lot. And with DeYoung tonight, this is the 140th outing of the year for the Pirates relief corps that has been more than an inning. That is most in the National League. Some of that out of necessity. And tonight it was after the Braves ambushed JT Brubaker for a 5-run 5th to pull away here in Game 2.
He's done a real good job changing speeds, and again, he knows the struggles that the Braves had on that slider, and he's sticking with it. Good curveball there, bouncing off, dropping off the table.
And look, if starters aren't going to go 7-8 innings, which when you throw harder, generally you can't, then the bullpen becomes even more important.
1-2 pitch for Ronald, and that's laced out of play to the right. And the count stays 1-2. Yankees and Mets still playing in New York. 2-2 the score now. Yankees hitting in the bottom of the 6th inning. Braves will put the first score on in this Eastern race tonight after play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, if I'm the Mets, I had 2 pretty good leads, and they evaporated quickly.
While we play tomorrow, the Mets will be off. So if the Yankees can help us out, the Braves could win tomorrow, potentially. Atlanta could be a game and a half back heading into the weekend series with the Cardinals. But we can't control what the Yankees and Mets do. All we can do is win our game. The Braves have done that tonight, trying to win a series in Pittsburgh outright for the first time since 2018.
Take care of your own business. Don't worry about the scoreboard.
But you know you look.
No doubt about it.
Have to, especially this time of year, right?
I mean, come on, BJ. Bryce Harper homered in his first rehab start tonight.
Shocker.
So the NL East isn't getting easier.
I know he's chomping at the bit to get back out there.
Yep.
Braves have 7 more games with the Phillies. As that one is tipped and caught, and that will send us to the bottom of the 9th inning. Max Fried and the Braves have a 5-run lead in game 2. PNC Park, Colin McHugh is the man that will come on and wrap this one up, we hope, with an uneventful bottom of the 9th inning. He'll face Brian Reynolds, Ke'Bryan Hayes, and Ben Gamel, the 2, 3, 4 hitters for Pittsburgh. And whatever role Colin McHugh has been in, Bertie, he's been very, very effective.
Love to watch this guy pitch. The long arms, the sweeping breaking balls, goes at hitters. He's another guy that can throw more than 1 inning. He's been a big part of this bullpen this year. Loves living in Atlanta. Coming back home has been everything he had hoped. A shout out to his oldest, who has started first grade, and when he's home, he gets to drive him to school.
There's nothing better than carpool line, is there? First pitch swing popped up. Long run for Grossman in left. He'll come in and make the play, and that's how the bottom of the 9th starts. The line for Max Fried: 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and a homer. Brilliant.
Yep. And I think if he had the shutout going, I think he'd be back out there.
ERA dropped down to 2.52.
So that's trending in the right direction.
That's right. When is the last time we've seen our offense strike out 12 times? Give the pitchers credit for Pittsburgh, but still scored 6 runs, so you can't complain about that offense.
Brubaker had 8 of them. DeYoung had 4 of them. As Ke'Bryan Hayes has an 0 for 3 night in his return for the Pirates.
Welcome back. You get to face Max Fried. And then a nasty righty.
Brendan Miller, I think, has had a terrific game behind the plate. Hardly even notice he's there, which every umpire will tell you that's how they want it.
Yep.
Means they've done good work, and he has. And a strike over the inside corner. Colin McHugh froze him. And the Braves are an out away here in Pittsburgh in a 6-1 game.
Think we're going away? No, we're coming front door.
That's a tough pitch for a hitter after seeing couple sliders breaking way outside. And you started out in, just locked them up.
So Atlanta 1 out away from giving Max Fried his 12th win and his first here in Pittsburgh. Braves will win the series here for the first time in 4 years and have a shot at a sweep. And McHugh just pumping strike after strike. This time to Ben Gamel, who's got one left. Braves live postgame. It's going to be a happy postgame show tonight. A lot of good things to talk about, including a 5-run fifth, Max Fried, and more good Atlanta defense. A solid game tonight. And that's going to do it. Colin McHugh strikes out the final two Pirates, and the Braves win the series 6-1 tonight's final.
Another big game by Max Fried. Getting it done. Gives up a big home run, but got angry after that, Paul. And he just dominated the Pirates, getting his first win here in Pittsburgh. And the offense delivered. d'Arnaud getting it started with a solo shot to tie the ball game. And hit after hit, keeping the line moving. 6 runs for the Braves tonight. Keep it going.
A lot of people got one hit, but Grissom with 3. The young guys continue to do well, and the Braves, they're beating everybody right now, Chip.
Indeed they are, Paul. Now 13-2 in their last 15 games, and with a quick turnaround tomorrow. How does a 2-hour and 17-minute win sound to you in Pittsburgh tonight?
I like it.
6-1 tonight's final. Max Fried beats JT Brubaker, and hopefully Kyle Wright will win his 16th tomorrow as we wrap up the series. Our coverage kicks things off on Valley Sports South at high noon all across the Southeast. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Kelly Kroll, Brian Jordan, Paul Bird, and our crew, I'm Chip Carey, inviting you to stick around for Braves Live presented by Xfinity. That's coming up next.
Keep dragging.